All right, my friends, welcome to episode 146 of Prof and Dev Play Games. My name is Larry, the professor at Prof Plays Games on Twitter, walking around my neighborhood because my Wi-Fi is not working. And over there's Anthony, the dev, at Summer Speak. How's it going, man?
Going okay. My Wi-Fi is working, but my cell phone does not work when I'm in my basement.
That's the trying to connect how we're going to record tonight. Let's do Skype. Well, my Wi-Fi's not working, so let's do Google Hangouts with your phone. And then your phone wasn't working, so I decided to get Skype on my phone and just walk around my neighborhood. Cause
there you go.
Why not? So it'll keep my mouth the same distance from the mic for the entire podcast, which I'm having some trouble with, so this is good.
It's good, and you get some exercise while you walk around and talk.
Yeah, I gotta, having the baby, I walk a lot. And 60 miles I walked last month.
That's
over about 2 miles a day. Is that a raccoon or a cat? That's a cat. Okay, this will be an interesting podcast to see what kind of wildlife I see.
The wildlife of San Diego.
yeah, exactly. That was a house cat that's very interested in my shoes. So anyway, this episode we're going to talk about summer games done quick. Which is it quickly or is it quick? Because grammatically it should be quickly. It bothers me just a little bit.
I think it's summer games done quick.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just quick. Yes.
Yeah, it's quick, right? Because it just sticks in my head because that's not quite right. But I guess it's.
But it's shorter, which is the key part.
That's true, and it's a quick thing, so that's good. And then also we're going to talk a little bit about this whole push to make the next generation of gaming maybe streaming instead of.
And then this other rumor of another entrant into the market, possibly.
Yes, this little company that we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk about summer games done quick. Okay, fine. First, you watched quite a bit.
I did. Well, I watched in spurts. The last couple days I watched a lot, and then I watched more towards the beginning. And I didn't get to watch a lot during the middle, but some here and there at night when I was working. I will say the end was awesome. Just the energy. I was watching the stream when they were hitting the 2 million. Because they braved 2.12 million.
Crazy. For Doctors Without Borders.
Yep, and it's about it's almost about $300,000 more than Summer Games Done Quick had done last year. And it's just under Awesome Games Done Quick, which is the winter one.
I feel like they just keep upping themselves.
They do, I think they're upping themselves, and more people are watching.
Right. Well, that's true. This is the first year that I've watched any of it. I know my friend Brad has talked a lot about it, and it's nice to hear about it, but I've never really sat down and watched it. And I finally, both you and him kind of texted me at nearly the same time and said, this Celeste stuff is awesome. So I started watching that, and it was fucking incredible. And I didn't get to the tool-assisted speedrun bot.
TazBot.
Yeah,
which took me a while to understand what it was. But the Celeste thing, because there's a whole chunk of TazBot stuff where it started with Celeste and then went to other things. And they're, from a programming standpoint, it's really, some of the stuff is just absurd because they're injecting code on the fly into the game. Actually just basically hex editing the game as it goes and just doing crazy stuff. Celeste is not that. It is truly just they are not hacking the game. It's just being performed by an automated system that is reading it, and you're just. It's insane what a perfect precision control of that game at the speed that they get off the main character. You're just this is insane. This should... Well, clearly it's not humanly possible, but the fact that it's even possible at all is incredible. They had one of the devs there, was actually there in the room watching the stream, and he was just went up and hugged the guy afterwards.
Well, and they were commentating. The devs were commentating during the race that happened before the TazBot.
Yeah, and they were just really impressed. Cool, they just could not believe what they were seeing, and they made the game.
Right. Well, I couldn't believe when I watched the race. I think I watched about half of it, and I love Celeste. It's such a great game, but man, it takes me a long time to get through one of the worlds, and they're just going through in a minute and a half. I know that they practice shit.
Yeah.
Jesus, the precision.
The final day, I watched. They did a Mario Maker segment.
I heard that was awesome.
Oh my god, it was so because it was 3v3, And so every time someone died, when you died, you had to rotate to the next person. So it was just round robin and not on your teams. And they had never seen any of the levels.
So, okay.
And it was as fast as they could get through these levels that they had never seen.
That's interesting for this kind of, I don't know, competition or fundraiser or whatever, because most of them are like, they've practiced forever at this game,
is where it pushes, pushes these people to be like, no, they are practiced in the game itself. Like, that they can just adapt on the fly what they know and how it should work. And they do, and it was incredible. And then they'd actually go through and did a block where they're just showing levels that they knew, like specific ones, which are also completely insane, and one of the runs was blindfolded.
Oh my god. I was watching, when I was at Brad's house today, we were playing a game, which I'll talk about later. It was Skyward Sword, a speed run.
I didn't get to see that one.
Did you hear the ending?
No.
So you got to the end. You played that game, right?
I have never beat it.
Oh, okay. Well, there's I don't remember the boss's name at the end, but it's like, where the evil comes from the beginning that becomes Ganon later, whatever. When he got to that part, he put on blindfold and beat the game at that point blindfolded. just fucking crazy. These people are insane.
They are insane. I watched my kids were really interested in it too, so they got to watch some of it. They watched the Super Mario 64 70 star race, which was incredible. I highly recommend that one. And then after that was Wind Waker HD.
Oh, nice.
And they beat Wind Waker HD in like an hour and like 20 minutes.
How the fuck? It takes me that
long. You just have to watch. You have to watch. Like, it's not, they're using glitches, but you're just like, how did the glitches they use are pretty amazing, and some of the stuff, I don't know how anyone has figured out you could do this stuff. The beginning is kind of slow because he has to unpause the game, frame perfectly 200 times. And it sets up like this incredible speed where he can just launch himself off of the starting island to the island he needs to go to.
Oh my god, that's sad to watch that. That's crazy.
You just have to watch it. Just watching this whole thing, it's like once it happens, you're just like, what? What the hell? He doesn't get the sword. He doesn't get the shield. He doesn't get Link's clothes.
Oh, I also heard there was a really cool Mario 3 race.
I didn't see that one. Oh, I saw I think the very end of that one, or a little bit. Yeah, I really want to. There's so much good stuff to watch in this thing, and I feel like I'm appreciating it a lot more now watching it.
Right.
And they're getting better with the. I feel like
the presentation's better.
Presentation's better. The actual like streamers and runners are every year get better. Like they're better. The people sitting on the couch commentating, the actual like people doing the run are better at commentating. Like a lot of them stream online on their own Twitch channels and YouTube, but you can definitely tell like year over year the quality is increasing as they've done this presentation more. They understand that this is entertainment and showmanship as well.
Yep.
So it totally becomes this thing where you just sit there and get to watch it, and it's just kind of infectious, the enthusiasm of the crowd, and when they're clapping and like just watching crazy things happen, disappointments when things don't work out how they want them to. But I think my favorite, I'm trying to think of what my favorite was. Probably that Mario 64 race. That was intense.
How quickly did they get to 70?
It was within an hour.
Oh, damn.
I'd have to go back and check exactly. I think that they had blocked off an hour and 10 minutes for the whole thing, and they finished in just under an hour.
Oh, wow.
So,
Does it inspire you to, like, get that good at a single game?
No. It does inspire me that, like, I'm like, man, I want to kind of pull out that old game and play it.
It inspired me to pull out Celeste and start playing that again.
The speedrunning in Celeste, the Tazbot one, was the Seasides.
So the bot just did the Seasides?
Well,
the hardest shit ones?
They may have done other ones, but then they pulled out the Seasides and did every Seaside in like 5 minutes. Tops, all of them.
Wow, that's crazy.
The speed is insane. It's incredible.
I started to realize that I really like this format to help me watch games that I'm probably not going to play, but I want to kind of know the story.
Yeah.
Or not even the story, but just like the beats of the game. Like watching Skyward Sword today, I watched about an hour while we were eating lunch. And obviously it's in Japanese, so the speed runs real quickly. So I don't really know the story, but I got the gist of the gameplay, which was kind of nice.
I always find it fun how they have chosen the like people have analyzed what language they should play it in, so to make it like the shortest amount of text and like pauses. Exactly. It's the depth that people go to is insane.
Kind of shave seconds off of their times. It's crazy.
I'll also say like probably the longest run I watched was actually the Final Fantasy VI run they ended it with, which was still like 6.5 hours. But I'm like, they beat Final Fantasy VI, no glitches,
right?
100% boss kill, 100% Espers summons in 6.5 hours.
It's crazy.
I'm like, how? And watching, I'm just like, I can't. And it's not. They're not exploiting anything specific. They're not glitching the game. They're literally just using the systems that they're in like perfectly optimized format. Right. And they know exactly how to use it. It's long, but that was the one that just had the incredible, it's ending out the night when they start hitting close to like, probably about 1.95 million. Like, the audience starts really getting into it because they start like a Twitch train of like subscriptions and donations, and the counter just starts flying.
That's what I did.
For the last 50,000.
I was thinking, because I really started learning more about this with the one that's in the winter that you said.
Awesome games done quick.
So I went there and I subscribed with my Twitch Prime subscription. So I need to go and do that with my because I have one for July.
I gave it to them for this month.
Cool. Yeah, I need to go and do that so they can put that into their total. Hopefully they can still accept money. I'm sure they will.
Yeah. It was incredible. It was a ton of fun. It's great to see. You definitely feel like, the speedrun community, it is a community, a subset of people who play games, like, and they all kind of know each other and help each other, and generally is a very inviting and open kind of thing.
Right. They're supporting each other instead of jeering at each other.
Yeah, they don't jeer at each other at all. They're very supportive as far as I can tell.
Right. Well, it seems like if you are really a good speedrunner at Celeste, for example, there's no reason to cheer against someone who's a good speedrunner at Mario or whatever, because you're not even competing in the same games.
And even competing in the same games, they talk as if like the community themselves spend a lot of time talking to each other about new things that they found.
Right.
Because it's not just finding something new that you can, like, sure, you can do it once and then everyone will know, but it's the execution of it, and that's the hardest part.
Right.
So, I saw some crazy Super Metroid runs as well last week.
Isn't a Super Metroid like the perennial entry into these?
Yeah.
Like they always do a Super Metroid run?
Yeah. There were two. There was one, I can't remember the one that I saw. No, it wasn't Super Metroid. I saw a Metroid Zero Mission. That was the one. And that was really cool. And then I saw a Super Metroid that was 100% map.
Oh, damn.
100%. Oh, no, it was a Zero Mission race. And it was
with 100% map?
No, the race was whatever you need to do. I think it was glitchless still, but it was finished. The Super Metroid was 100% map.
God, I feel like that would take forever.
It didn't, and it was shocking.
That's crazy.
They skipped so many things.
Yeah.
It also shows you just how frail games are and how easily they can be broken.
Especially the older games, like when we were kids thinking about how long it took to beat these games, and now if you really know the systems, you can just break them so quickly. Yeah. Like you can beat them in like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know, like all these quarter munching games that were trying to prolong the gameplay by making them difficult or whatever, which Super Metroid, that's not what that was about.
No.
It's crazy to think about how quickly you can beat games. Like when I was at Brad's house, like a couple months ago or half a year ago, he had Turtles in Time. And I remember as a kid just like taking a long time to beat that game because I wasn't that great at it. And then we beat it in like half an hour.
Yeah, it's not that long.
Crazy. Yeah, no, it's really short. It's crazy.
So yeah,
I'm gonna walk past the pool here, so you might hear some splashing and some screaming. That's cool. This is a very experiential podcast.
Happy people in the pool.
Yes, very happy people.
I hear them back there. Yep,
told you. Any streams that you didn't watch that you have on your list that you want to watch?
I want to go back and watch the Super Mario Odyssey.
Oh yeah,
because I only got to catch the very end of it.
And what was that a speed run to get a certain amount of moons, or just beat the game, or what?
It was beat the game.
Okay. And game content too, or just
just beat Bowser, yeah, and escape basically.
Right.
And I only caught the last 5 minutes of it, which was great. Again, supposedly, not supposedly, it is the Mario Odyssey is one of the most speedrun games right now. And it has since its release, it's been between the number 1 and 3 is one of the most popular games being speedrun. So
remember when they put out the demos into the GameStops and people went and they speedrunned? I teach English, I should know this. Speedran the demos. See how fast I get through the demo, because the whatever traversal mechanic that Mario has is just built for speedrunning.
Oh yeah, I totally feel like that game just is people are just having a blast with it. And
it seems like a good game to focus on for that, and maybe it's true of all the other games too, where it's not that long to beat that game anyways.
No.
So then just tightening that loop up, I feel like you don't have to spend as opposed to Final Fantasy VI, which is what, a 30-40 hour game on its own. To figure out how to button that up into 6 hours must just be incredible work.
Yeah, clearly they've been working on that one for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I can't wait for Awesome Games Done Quick, and it'll be 2019. January 6th to January 13th, 2019, and they'll be in Rockville, Maryland this time.
Oh yeah, because they're in Minneapolis this year, right? Or this one.
Yep. There's part of me that's that'd be awesome to go to it.
I was thinking maybe they'll come to San Diego one day. Maybe they already have, and I just didn't know about it.
I don't know. I have to check. They were making it sound like it was a big deal that they were going to be someplace else. So I don't know if it's always been Minneapolis before.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I have to go check. But they definitely were talking made it sound the way it was presented like this was a big deal, that it wasn't going to be in Minneapolis.
Right.
So
going to the East Coast.
Yeah. Outside of Washington, D.C. Sure. I don't know why they chose there, but I'm sure there's a lot of people on the Eastern Seaboard Metroplex that.
Well, now all the streamers are in one place, right? It's some hotel or something.
Yeah. It's just some convention center hotel type. It's not a convention. It's honestly, it's just a room, it looks like. And then they have some other rooms set up, some just ballrooms, because it sounds like they had an arcade set up for people that were there as well.
Awesome. That'd be so fun to go to.
Yeah, it just seems like a really fun time. I couldn't do it for a whole week, but...
No, definitely not. Don't have that kind of funding, but it'd be cool to experience that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to watching probably finishing the Celeste stream tonight, and just in awe of what they can do. That's crazy. Yeah, it's, if you want to relive one of your favorite games and you don't have 30 hours to put into it, just watch the 6-hour speed run of Final Fantasy VI or whatever.
Yeah, or basically it just shows you wow, I'm really bad at games.
Yeah.
I can beat them. That's great. But I'm not good.
Yeah, no. Well, watching Celeste speedrun, Celeste is fucking hard. And watching them it's just effortless. Yeah. And then when one guy died 3 times in a row, it was just oh my god, he missed the pixel. Fuck, guys.
It's it's a pixel.
You're talking in terms of pixels and frames.
Yep.
And I can't see either of those things really that well, so it's fucking nuts.
Yep. Oh, I didn't press that button on that frame. I'm screwed.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. It's the whole Smash Brothers community is basically built around what frame to do what thing. It's how can you, I don't understand how you do that. So, I can barely tell, I can tell the difference, but playing on, let's see, today I was playing a game on a regular monitor. It might have been 1080 or 1440, I don't know. But then playing it at home in 4K, it looks different for sure, but I don't know if I had to do a taste test or whatever, I don't know if I could really spot them. So I can't tell visual fidelity that well. So
we're getting old.
So
Our eyes are failing us. My eyes have been failing me since I was a kid anyway, so whatever.
Well, yeah, I wonder if the people who are doing these speedruns, are they mainly on the younger side of 20, 18,
actually, I saw
quite
a wide range. So, I don't know. I think it's pretty much anybody. I saw people more our age in their 30s definitely streaming.
Right. Well, I guess some of it's not Twitch, like the probably Final Fantasy is not really Twitch, and it might be muscle memory at that point, like knowing exactly what to do when.
Yeah.
So, and blindfold, like you don't fucking need your eyes at all. So
no, that one was insane. So yeah, that was a really awesome time. I'm really enjoying them improving the presentation each time, and clearly more and more people are watching these and caring about these speedrunning. So,
well, and they're raising money for a really good cause. So
yes.
Just, some people might poo-poo watching video games as a sport or whatever, but fucking they're raising that much money for an amazing cause.
They did say now, over the life of Games Done Quick, they've raised over $15 million for different charities.
Holy shit. That's awesome.
Which is incredible. So, yeah, don't talk about people not being generous and supporting good causes and coming together to support good causes. Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The next topic might not be a good cause.
I don't think so.
So out of E3, basically, we heard some people talking about streaming as maybe the next step. I think Microsoft talked about it, Ubisoft talked about it, and now we've got Google talking about basically running games on their hardware, their servers or whatever, and then it just streams to whatever device. That would necessitate pretty good internet.
Yeah, and this is where all these companies, and I'm like, well, okay. I mean, they've been, let's be honest, like, who did Sony buy? Sony bought
the PlayStation Now company?
Yeah, whoever they use it as PlayStation Now when they have that tag. I'm sure Microsoft has bought people in the past. They've been experimenting with like actual like gameplay streaming from central servers for a decade at this point, honestly. So I mean, they all want this to be a thing. They really do.
Capcom is doing it right now in Japan, at least with Resident Evil 7. They run it on their machines and they stream it to Switch. Which, if they're close to the servers, like it's only in Japan, and apparently it's pretty good.
I can imagine, but Japan's a much smaller country with a much better broadband infrastructure.
So, like, imagine if you're, I hate to stereotype or whatever, but like middle of nowhere, Kansas. Like, I don't think you're going to have the Wi-Fi capability or the bandwidth to really make this thing work right now.
I mean, where I live, I'm near Seattle, but I'm not exactly there. A little bit more remote from it, just because of where I chose to live on an island. I don't get the best choices in speeds. I mean, I don't have horrible, but I don't. Pretty sure in my streaming stuff for like games and stuff like that would be, while it's doable, latency is going to be a big issue for me.
Well, that's the issue that's come up with PS Now over and over again, which is why I've never even tried to dabble in it. It's just when it first launched, it was awful, and I've heard it's gotten better. But just, the Game Pass on Xbox lets you download the game. But with them, it's streaming it, and it's just the latency has been an issue for people playing most of the games. So, and I haven't tried it myself, so I don't know for sure. From my experience,
I guess it depends on
from people who've done it.
The type of game you're playing. I could totally do it for like much slower paced games,
like a Telltale game.
Yeah, but I would never do it in Horizon. No way in hell.
Right.
Like, so I don't know. Like, they've been wanting to get this to happen, and I get also why this is coming out of E3. There's the talk of like, well, if the next Microsoft console and Sony console, like, they don't improve the hardware all that much, like new GPU and stuff, but nothing like. And if it shifts where it's like, no, you actually stream most of your games, so the hardware itself doesn't matter as much. It's
it makes
better
sense
for them because they don't have to spend as much money on the console itself, But now you really just have a box that does almost nothing on its own.
Well, and they're able to get like higher and higher fidelity games, like Guerrilla Games could make a really nice looking game. I think there's a helicopter coming over my head right now. But it would necessitate the end user having this crazy box under their TV that is cost prohibitive. So instead, just let them stream it so they don't have to buy that huge, expensive box.
Yeah.
That makes sense, but again, it just comes down to the infrastructure.
I just don't think it's the viability of it. And then now you're getting to the point of, do you ever own these games at all?
Well, our digital games right now, we don't even know. We're just buying licenses for them.
Technically, that's true. And hence the reason the games I really like, I mostly buy physical, if I can. This is my old man yells at cloud moment. I still like having my things.
But I don't even think it's quite to that moment, because you're right that if they revoke the license at any time, you can't play your favorite game anymore. I was thinking the same thing about like most of the games for Switch that I buy are digital. So if I don't have access to the internet, if my thing gets wiped and those things are no longer on the server, like in 20 years, like I can't play those games. But if I had the carts, like I can go back and play all of my NES games right now because I have the physical media, you know?
Yeah, and actually as a person that just makes games, I feel like there's going to be a huge chunk of games from the past like 5 years and then now, and we're going to get 15 years on and people are going to be like, oh, I can't play that game anymore. Like, we know it. We see screenshots of it, some videos of it, but no, that server went down so long ago that no one has the code. It's not available anywhere. So, yeah, you can't play it anymore. Like,
yeah, and that sucks as a consumer, but also from the game preservation standpoint.
Yeah, as a historian of this, you're like, okay. It's already starting. Like, Facebook games, a ton of those, they've gone away, and there's zero way to play them or see it. Like, all you can do is go look and say, well, there's a screenshot of a game I worked on.
Right.
I can't ever show you it. It doesn't exist anymore. Even worse than, like, I mean, that's a level that's beyond just MMOs. At least a lot of MMOs, like, if they're popular, fans will, like, set up third-party servers to at least still run the game. Right. But, yeah, I think the streaming thing just bugs me from a preservation standpoint, and just all the things that can go wrong that will prevent me from playing the games I want to play.
Right. And it's the way that at least Microsoft was talking about it, or maybe it was Ubisoft was pitching it, like, this is just one, leg of the table. Like, we're going to have consoles where everything's going to be the same as it is now. We're also going to do the streaming thing. But, if it is more cost effective and they're making tons of money in that avenue, it's going to lean more toward that direction.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because they're talking about, well, we want to have more gamers. Everyone has a phone in their pocket. If we can stream to that and put it, hook it up to a controller, then we have more customers, whatever, yada, yada.
Yeah. And they're talking about, Google's talking about entering this. If they do that, there's definitely talks of just like, oh yeah, you want to play it? You don't even have to have a console. You can just play it in your browser.
Like, yeah. Right.
That's all you have to do. Look at, now you're being streamed 1080p content in your browser, full screen. There you go.
Well, there was, I think it was Kind of Funny Games Daily today, or someone else, some other podcast, they were talking about, reading through a news article about this particular thing about Google, and how Google was also talking about how they're interested in, or someone was reporting that Google's interested in buying studios. Like,
yeah. Well, they own Niantic, so.
Right.
I don't think it's completely out of the ballpark. They have more money than they know what to do with.
Right. It's like $760 billion. Like them, Apple, and Microsoft, basically.
Yeah.
The three most expensive. But, think about them buying like Insomniac Games or something like this as an example. And then those games are only available through streaming with Google or something like that. I don't like that future very much.
No, but I can see that future happening, and I can totally... I mean, that's the exact same thing that people said back in the day when Microsoft said, hey, we're entering the console market.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Like, what do you mean? You just do operating systems and Office. Why the hell are you making a video game console? Oh, and we're buying Bungie so that Halo thing that you've seen that was going to come to PC, it doesn't come to PC anymore. It's only available on Xbox.
Well, I think there's also a corollary with Netflix saying we're going to stream films, and people said, wait, what? But then that took off, so I don't know.
Bye-bye Blockbuster. Best Buy just announced today, after July 1st, they're not going to sell CDs anymore. They're phasing out CDs completely.
Seriously? Wow, we're so old, man.
Yep.
Wow.
So
I guess they're not selling them at all, right? They're just sitting on their shelves wasting space.
I mean, like, people honestly don't go out and buy CDs. Like, this is weird. When it comes to music, you definitely see the trend that you either stream the music off Spotify just as a radio, whatever. Yep. You either buy MP3s, whatever format you want. Or I know people that just love vinyl, and so they buy vinyl.
Right.
But they don't give a damn about a CD.
Yeah. The last CD I bought was 2 albums ago, the Foo Fighters release Wasted Light, I think it was called.
Oh, yeah.
But they had cut up they record on 4 tracks or some sort of analog machine, and then the tape where they had recorded their recording sessions, they just cut it up into pieces and then put one piece in every single CD. So nice. I went out and bought it. I already bought the digital. I went out and bought that specifically, so I got to have a piece of the tape. Which
it's like a collector's thing.
But exactly, it just feels good to have that piece of history there.
Yeah. So games, this is the thing. Everyone wants streaming. It's cheaper for these companies to do. It does reach a bigger audience. But man, I just don't think... I don't think the US is there yet.
No.
Infrastructure-wise to handle it.
Nope, not at all. I mean, there are obviously, like, metro areas that are.
Oh, yeah. But that's not... Well, I would say it's still a majority, but it's not everyone.
Right. I guess we just need to hold on to our PS4s and Game Boy Advances and just play retro games.
Mm-hmm. I have my Game Boy. I was doing some organizing this weekend, and I came across my GBA. Still have that thing. It still works. My DS, that thing is still powered up and was fine. My Super Nintendo and my carts, or some of my carts. I lost, or not lost. I think they were lost over time by my parents.
Oh yeah.
But I still have the Super Metroid cart.
Nice.
I have that. I have Donkey Kong Country 2. A couple other ones that were pretty nice out there, but I still have them.
My Nintendo and Super Nintendo are up in my mom's house with all the carts, and I had the opportunity to take them. And I said, "No, I'll leave them. I'll come get them later." Dumb. I should have grabbed them, because then my brother moved in and has been messing with them, and I don't know what's happened to them.
You got to get them. You need to.
Should have got them. Yeah, when I go up next time, I'll hopefully.
Or just even if it's not the thing, you just be like, okay, what games are there? Which ones do I actually want to keep?
Right. Yeah, keep the carts. That's a good idea.
Yeah, because San Diego and up here, like, if you need to get another console, you can do that. Like,
yeah.
I can go into Seattle. There's a couple places that sell old retro consoles that work fine, and they make sure that they work. Because I don't even know if my Super Nintendo even works anymore.
I haven't plugged mine in since mid-90s.
I don't have the cords to plug it in. Like that, I have the literal console. No one knows where the cords are for it, so I actually have to go find a new power adapter, and then however that thing plugged in. I plugged it in through coax, I believe.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo was a coax. It was like that gray box into the coax.
Yeah.
Or was that the Nintendo that did
No,
that?
Nintendo and Super Nintendo both did those.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's been 20 plus years since I've turned that thing on. I wonder if it even works. Now I have a project for this winter now.
Exactly.
So fuck streaming. Let's go back and play our old consoles.
Yeah. Well, that actually I was like, man, I need to bust out the SNES Classic again. Kind of just have it sitting next to my TV. And I'm like, I got such good games on there. I should be playing those.
It's really funny that how excited we were to get those. And we played a little bit. And we're like, okay, we got it. This piece of plastic, which is like, such nostalgia, basically, is what that was all about.
They're such good games, though.
They are.
There's just so many games coming out, too, which is the problem. Which is a great transition into what are we playing?
Oh my god, so fucking much, man. So much. It's just.
Well, you can make up for both of us, because I haven't played much of anything.
Well, I'll start with the quick thing first. I got really into Fortnite on my Switch. Like, I put 5 hours in about 2 days, which for me is a lot. I bought the Battle Pass. I've been, like, going up through the ranks. Like, I got hooked into Fortnite. I finally get it. Got a bunch of skins, like, just running around. Like, there was I was doing, like, I'm sure exactly what they called them. Like, it was like Final Fight or something like that, where it was like teams of 12.
Oh, wow.
So, fight each other. and I won that a couple of times. So it wasn't like getting a victory being like solo against 99 people, but it was our team won, and it was a small team. It felt pretty good. Then I played squads for a while, which is basically teams of 4. And then I was trying to get the achievement to get in the top 12. And I'm just terrible. So my squad all jumped off in one part of the map, and I didn't go with them. I went somewhere else. Into the match, it was 4 people left. I was the only one from my squad, and there were 3 other people left. I just built this huge fort up into the sky. Like, you know, when you see streamers, like, at the end game is basically like build your fortress and kind of pick people off as you can. So I started doing that. Was really proud of myself. One guy comes up below me, shoots the floor out from underneath me. I fall to the ground and die. When I died, instantly the game was over. My team got second place, and the other team got first place because the other 3 people who were still alive were all on the same squad. So
of course.
I was never, ever going to beat them anyways.
No.
But it's been a lot of fun. I guess I'm just playing against a bunch of Switch people. So having played Fortnite a bit on the PS4, I feel like I know how to play it. So I've been doing pretty well. Like, even on solo, I get in the top 10, 15 most of the time.
That's cool.
So it's really fun. And then I realized very quickly that it was becoming an addiction for me. So I needed to stop. And I had been listening to a podcast about Hollow Knight. And they were just talking crazy about Hollow Knight, how much they loved it. And I was like, oh, yeah. I remember I bought that a couple weeks ago during E3, turned it on, played it, and said, if I keep playing, I'm not going to get back to my other game, so I'm going to not play it right now. And I decided, forget that, I'm going to play it. And I've put 6-7 hours into it in the last 3 days. Dude, it's for $15, how much shit is in there? I keep thinking about, like, why am I so addicted to this game? And I finally realized, as a kid, I would just pull up big pieces of paper and draw huge, elaborate, like, design video games, basically, on paper. Like, what different rooms, now they connect, and draw these huge maps and all this stuff. And it's just, you know, inventing with pen and paper. And it was obviously not going to code anything, but it was just intricate and huge. And that's what this game is. There's just so many areas that connect to each other that when you finally get through them, you can, like, create shortcuts back to other areas. And there's just so much lore, so many characters. I keep thinking of it as, like, it's definitely a Metroidvania where you get new skills and can traverse in new ways or whatever. But if Super Metroid had like written lore with characters.
Okay.
Because, like, Super Metroid is all about, like, the environmental storytelling.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Hollow Knight definitely has some environmental storytelling, but it's more about finding texts, finding characters who have, like, little, like, little pieces of story to kind of just fill in the world. And it's just, like, so much exploration and so much tinkering you can do. You get these things called, I think they're called charms, and each charm does something interesting, and you have a finite amount of space to wear these charms. So I have charms right now that lets me collect money. Rewind a little bit. When you kill an enemy, like, kind of currency shoots out of them all over the map, and you have to, like, run around and grab it, but it's really hard to do that without putting yourself in danger. But this charm lets you, basically, you're a magnet. Any currency that comes out of enemies just comes toward you. So there's that. And then there's another charm that lets you see yourself on the map. Because if you don't wear this charm,
I have heard that. Yeah.
There's no compass. You see the map and you're like, okay, I know I'm in this room. But if you lose track of that, you're fucked. You don't know where you are. So I'm wearing those 2 things. But because I'm wearing those 2 things, I can't wear other charms that let me do, like, double my HP or do better damage and things like that. So it's really about, there's so much min-maxing going on in this game. Okay. And it's definitely key to, like, different situations. Like, for a boss fight, I need to have these badges. And then just for exploration, I need to have these badges. And there's so much fucking tinkering. And then the exploration. There's so many different areas that are so vastly different from each other. There are, like, there are bosses in different areas, but then there are, like, mini bosses that you never have to come across. There are quests that you never have to come across. That it's just
I've heard the game is huge, and especially for a game that's $15.
It's fucking crazy. It's like, you just have to play this game, and
I will.
It's the one thing that I don't like so much is the platforming, because it's, you think about the platforming in Super Metroid, any other Metroidvania you can think of, or in the Blind Forest. It's pretty interesting to me, but this one's not. So, like, traversing via different platforms. Like, for example, if I'm on the bottom of some place and I need to get to the top, if I go to the right of this landmass that's above me, there's no platform for me to go up. But on the right side, there is. So there's no challenge. The way that the platform is laid out isn't super engaging. It's just, okay, I can't go that way. I'll just go this way. And there's no reason why I couldn't go the other way other than they just didn't put a platform there. Like, there's no, usually in those kind of games, there's no platform there. It's because you need to come back later when you need to get a different ability to get up there.
Yeah.
But no, it's just look over there. It's right there. The platforming leaves a little bit to be desired, but it's picked up by everything else in the game. And I just cannot stop playing this fucking game. Like, I thought, I'm going to stop playing Fortnite because I'm getting addicted to this thing. And then I started playing Hollow Knight, and it's just like, I fell down the hole, man. I'm like looking up Wikipedia or Hollow Knight wiki pages.
Yeah,
and learning
now
about
you
how
know
these
that
things
you're
go
really
together.
lost.
Dude, I'm way in this rabbit hole right now. Like, looking at people's strategy videos for how to beat this boss that I'm at right now, because she's fucking hard. I don't know how to beat her. Like, it's just, it's a great game. And I think we're going to have to, I don't know if we ever made rules, but bend the rules for our Game of the Year discussion, because this is not a new game. It came out last year.
No, I think that's still fine. Like, it came out on
this year on Switch.
Exactly. The version you're playing came out now.
For. Yeah, people were waiting for it to come out on Switch, and like, it's sold gangbusters. They've sold 500,000 units in the first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's good for them. They're I need to. It's on my list to play whenever I get a chance to feel like I can play games a lot again.
God, there's so much, right? But you're also making a game.
I'm making a game, and it's weird. The game I want to play is the game I'm making.
Which is awesome.
It is awesome, but it definitely makes me like... I'm not crunching per se, but I worked a ton this weekend. Not because I had to, but I want to playtest my idea on Tuesday.
Right.
Like, that's the playtest day that we currently have. And I'm like, no, I just want to get this in so I can, like, I want to play it. So any of my time after the kids go to bed is just, I'm like, all right, let's put on Games Done Quick, and I'm just going to focus on programming up what I need to get programmed.
Right.
Because it's just in my head right now of like, I need to get this out.
Right.
Yay for creativity.
You've found the muse.
Sometimes you just have to do it and get it going.
Yeah. You get an idea in your head, and there's nothing you can do until you get it out.
Yeah, pretty much. And so I've got that. I have been playing a decent chunk of Mario Kart 8 now.
Oh, nice.
Kids are still playing it. They love it. So it's one that can just come out. I can play it for like 10, 15 minutes. I can play it with them. I can play it with my wife.
Right.
Super quick. God, that game is good. So good.
Oh my God, it's fucking incredible. That's why we put 110 hours into it on the Wii U.
Yeah.
That's not even counting the Switch time we put into it. That game is it's like the best Mario Kart. It is the best Mario Kart.
I would agree.
Fuck, it's so good.
Going back to Games Done Quick, there was the 48 track 200cc.
200cc. Oh my God.
It was and I learned more about Mario Kart 8 than I ever thought I would ever get to learn. And specifically that 200cc breaks the game.
Because
it was patched. I didn't know it was patched in later. It was a DLC. The game was never designed for 200cc.
Right.
So 200cc going that fast allows you to do things that like do skips and shortcuts that aren't available anywhere else. Because you can like, and they are explaining these things. That was a pretty awesome stream. All 48 tracks back to back to back to back.
So what's your favorite track in Mario Kart 8? Deluxe, I guess I should say.
Which one have I been enjoying? Weirdly, I like, been enjoying Bowser's Castle a lot.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I
really enjoy that one. But really the tracks that I've been really enjoying are the ones that kind of throw me for a loop on, if I'm with all the anti-grav stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like, I just love, like, whenever the track, like, you're like, oh, I'm upside down right now. On the bottom of the track I just came across. It pulls in that F-Zero stuff in some ways. Those ones that just kind of are just mind-bending, which is the fun part.
For me, my favorite one is, it's kind of weird because it doesn't repeat. There's no laps. It's
Oh right, I haven't got to play this one yet.
You haven't played Mount Wario?
No, I haven't. Because we're not playing through. I'm not playing through. Like, did you have to unlock the levels in Wii U?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because I'm just playing whatever. I haven't played all the levels. I'm just like picking cups and playing what I feel
that was
like.
2014 when I played that, when I first got it, so I don't... No, you didn't unlock levels, you just unlocked, like, card pieces.
Yeah, okay, so it's the same thing. So no, I haven't played that. I saw that one on the stream, though.
Oh my god, it's my favorite. It's just, most of the tracks, obviously, you do it 3 times or whatever, so
yeah.
You're repeating it more often because Mount Wario, each leg of the track, it's like the big blue F-Zero track. It doesn't repeat, so it stays fresher longer.
Yeah, no, that one looks really cool.
It's awesome. That's the one that my wife and I consistently go back and forth on who beats the other person. Like all the other ones, like either she's better at a track than I am or I'm better than her, but that one just like back and forth, and it's just so much fun to compete on that track.
Yeah. You can watch that stream and you can learn even more about the fine details on how to go as fast as you possibly can in that game.
I think that's the next step for me is to figure out where the shortcuts are, because I've mastered the sliding and the I don't exactly know what it's called, but like when your wheels turn blue and then purple, like all the speed boosts and shit.
Yeah, so you need to watch this trailer, not the trailer, the stream, because they're pretty much doing that constantly. They're under that slide boost almost the entire track. But then they talked about like the coins, 10 coins. Each coin up to 10 gives you a 1% speed boost.
Right.
And so they're like, have specific paths on the tracks, the fastest way to get to 10 coins.
Oh my god.
And the best paths to take while still having the best track time.
Were there items on?
Yes, this was 48 with items on. There is speed runs with items off, clearly.
That would like fuck up those lines that you've made.
If
you got hit randomly.
She totally got screwed a couple times. Like she would go for a shortcut and then get hit with lightning in the middle of it, and that just happens. But they do talk that there's speed running of both, basically, and items are rather just kind of fun because it is adds a bit of randomness to it. But I recommend that one. That was from earlier in the week. It was worth it.
Awesome. I'm gonna check that one out.
But yeah, Mario Kart 8, some Fallout Shelter, and my usually just check in once or twice a day with it at this point.
Right.
Just a little fiddle around with that. Yeah, mostly then it's just been programming myself, wanting to make a game. Yes.
Well, I'm looking forward to hearing more about that eventually. For me, one other game I played was today. I took my Xbox over to Brad's house and we started Halo 5. So we did Halo 1, 2, 3, 4 together. So we're doing 5 now. And in 4 hours, we beat almost the entire game.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
4 more levels to go. It's actually my favorite Halo in terms of movement and just the way the game is set up in terms of the gameplay mechanics. You're in a squad of 4, and if you die, your team can revive you, and there's movement mechanics like strafing and stuff like that that's not in the other ones. That's really interesting. Obviously, the gunplay is basically the same.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people complained about it because you didn't play as Master Chief. You were really Locke and his crew most of the time. I don't really care about Master Chief that much or his story, so I don't.
Well, that's the thing.
Gunplay and the co-op of the thing. I don't care about the character that much.
Is the story any better?
It was comprehensible.
Oh, that's a plus.
Yeah, it boils down to Cortana being, following the rampancy of Halo 4, just kind of out there and kind of drawing Master Chief toward her. And he's going to get her, and then UNSC wants to get her and shut her down, and is basically going after Master Chief, and he's gone AWOL, and they're basically just going after him, and he's going after Cortana, and that's basically the story.
Okay.
So it's comprehensible. I like the banter between the squad mates. Nathan Fillion is in one of the squads, and then the guy who plays Luke Cage, I don't know the actor's name, but he's Locke. He's the main character of the game. So yeah, I really enjoyed it actually, and I haven't super enjoyed the stories from the other Halos, but I'm actually quite enjoying the story of this one, and I really like the gameplay. And I know a ton of Halo fans didn't like the story of this one, but
well, just look for the next Halo. You get to play as Master Chief again.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Look forward to that.
And you can be like, yay. Why do we have to come back to Master Chief?
Yeah, I don't really care. The game is fun.
Yeah.
And especially it's fun co-op, and it doesn't outstay its welcome. Like in 4 hours, we got through most of it. That's great.
Yeah.
So we'll do another couple hours and be done. And it's good. Just, I don't know, like summer blockbuster fun kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, and that's all the games I played this week. Those 3, lots of hours, which is summer is so nice.
I'm sure. You're not perpetual summer now, though.
I do.
You don't have to go. Don't you not teach for a bit?
I don't teach, but I have.
Oh, you have
a
admin
ton of
stuff.
Work.
Yes.
Yeah. No. So perpetual summer, no, but I don't teach again until February. So at least I don't have grading, which is kind of a nice respite.
Yeah,
so
the grading is probably the killer part.
It is, and it's the reason why I'm gaming more, because when the kids to bed and my wife goes to bed, and before I have that free time and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to play a game. Nope. I have 30 essays to grade. I can't play anything. Now I'm like, I'm going to game. Nope. I have nothing to do. Okay. I'm going to game.
Yep. You get your time.
So yeah, it's been last night I texted you, but wife goes to bed early, kids asleep, everything's done. All the chores are done. Lay on the couch, get the Switch in my hand, ready to open up Hollow Knight. Then my kid wakes up. Like,
yep.
Uncanny. Right when I push the button.
Every time. Every time.
Jeez. It's crazy. But she went to bed. I fed her and she went to sleep pretty quickly. And then I played for an hour, which was sublime.
Nice.
Yeah. No, gaming's been pretty good. So lots of good stuff. Lots of good games to play. Lots of good games to watch people play. It's a good time to be a gamer.
It really is. And it's only going to get better. Let's be honest.
When we get to the fall and some of these nice releases coming out. Although I don't know if I care about too many of them, but people are really excited about that Red Dead game.
Yeah, they are. I'm sure I'll play it at some point. Or I will give it a try at some point. All those type of games are games I'm like, I will never beat this game. I'll be honest with you. Like, GTA's big open world, I'm never going to beat it. I'll play it for a bit until I get bored with the systems.
Yeah. My friend Ted here has pre-ordered the physical edition of Red Dead, so when he's done, I'll play it. But I still have the first one, and I never really got into it.
Yeah.
So it's just so slow at the beginning. I don't really like Westerns anyway, so whatever.
That would also be hard.
Yeah.
I hear it's a Western.
But I thought the same thing about Mass Effect, so I'm not really that into sci-fi, but Mass Effect was just...
They had really good characters.
Yeah, really, really good. Guess we'll see what happens with Anthem.
Yeah. I don't want to think about it right now. I don't want to think about it. I'll wait until after the holidays when it's about to come out. And then I can...
Good idea.
Well, awesome.
Yeah, that's a good place to end it. Not talking about Anthem. This has been episode 146 of Prof and Dev Play Games. Hopefully the audio quality wasn't too shit on my end. Sorry about that. My Wi-Fi went crazy, so I'm wandering on a cell phone. But hopefully it worked out just fine. We'll see you next week. If you liked our podcast, please rate us. We're coming up on episode 150, so we'll have some games to give away on that milestone. So until then, we'll see you next week.
All right. Take care, everyone.